So first thing, this lesson, when it comes up, there is about commission and fees. What does this whole chapter had to do with? Percents. Can somebody tell me, quick review from yesterday, what is the formula for simple interest? Jacob.
I equals principal times rate times time.
Okay. And that rate of interest is a percent that has to be changed to a what?
Decimal.
Decimal. Good. Okay. Okay. Also, with simple interest, the T has to be expressed in what? It is time, but what kind of time is it? Is it in days? Is it in months? Is it in, what is it?
It's either in months or years.
It's in years, but months have to be converted to years, right? Okay, good. So, can somebody tell me what commission is? Anybody know what commission is? Read.
Hiring someone to fill what is in.
Okay, kind of, yeah. Okay, some employees work on what's called commission. In other words, they only get paid, they only get paid if they sell a certain amount, right? If like okay, let's say I'm a car salesman, and for every car I sell, I get a certain percent, and that's how I make a living, okay? That's an example of commission. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's look at how that works. Okay, someone read that for me. Anybody? Okay, Braden, go.
There are hundreds of types of careers in the world. The money paid to a person in exchange for their work is called a wage. Wages can be paid in different ways: hourly, salaried, or a percent of their sales called commission.
Good. Okay, so your parents have jobs, okay? Some of them may get paid hourly, okay? When some of them may get paid salary, some may have two jobs and they do both. Like, you know what salary is? What does salary mean? Anybody know? Yeah, what's salary, Connor?
Oh, like a paycheck?
Yeah, you get a paycheck that's kind of the same, no matter what, it's always the same every month. Okay? Like as a teacher, I get what's called a salary. I get the same paycheck every month. Okay, but I also work at Costco. Costco doesn't pay me a salary. What do you think Costco pays me? Hourly. I get paid hourly. However many hours I work, the more hours I work, the more I make, right? Now, the more hours I work here, does it change? It doesn't, because it's a salary. Now, commission, I don't have a commission job, but some of your parents may have had a commission job, okay, where, especially if they sell something, you know, like if it's, like sometimes with insurance companies, sometimes with car salesmen, sometimes with like software salesmen, okay, so all that kind of stuff, you get paid a commission. In other words, you get the more you sell, if you're making a percent of what you sell, the more you sell, the more what? More money you make, right? Okay. The less you sell, what? Less money you make. Okay. So it depends. It's driven, that amount is driven on how much you sell, right? And it's always a percent. Does that make sense what commission is now? Okay. So let's start with some vocabulary. I think we already talked about most of this. Commission. Okay. A fee. If you pay money to a business or a person, you're paying a fee. Okay. Where are some places where you might pay a fee?
Like a restaurant?
Restaurant. Okay. How many of you guys have ever had? How many of your parents have ever had a gym membership, something like that for you? Okay. Whether you go to the gym or not, do you have to pay that monthly fee? You do, right? Okay. Is CSCS a way of a fee? I mean, you have to pay tuition here, right? Okay, that's a fee that you have to pay. Alana? Athletic fee, yes. Fees are things you got to pay, right? You know when your parents bring you to registration in August, okay, they're usually grumpy because they got to pay all these fees, right? Okay, those are examples of fees. Brooklyn.
My mom does a car wash thing, and she has to pay a fee every month.
Every month.
She can do it.
And she can wash her car 15 times a day if she wants, right? I get it. Yeah. So if I had that, I would wash my car 15 times a day just so I could say I did. Okay. All right. So first thing, when we find commission, this is pretty easy. Okay. Commission is very similar to sales tax, very similar to markups, Okay? So what we're going to do, let's take all this information. Okay, we'll put it in our examples thing over here. Okay. All right, make it a little bigger. Can you guys see that okay now?
Yes.
All right, so somebody read this for me. Okay, read it for me, Zoe.
Andrew works in the jewelry store and earns 6.25% commission on every piece of jewelry she sells. How much commission does she earn for selling the ring that costs $1,300?
Okay, so this seems pretty easy, doesn't it? What do you think we're going to do with that percent? Change it to a what?
Decimal.
What did we do with sales tax? We changed it to a what? Decimal. What did we do with markups? We changed it to a what?
Decimal.
What do you think we're going to do with commission? Change it to a decimal. So, if there's already a decimal here, can I just go with it?
No.
No, I still have to change 6.25%. How do I change that to a decimal? Say it with me. 2 places to the left. Good. 0.0625. Right? Right?
Right. Yes.
Now, what do you think we're going to do with that? We're going to take 1,300. That's how much the jewelry that she sells costs.
Divided by the decimal.
And we're going to multiply it times what?
Oh, multiply.
Yeah. Times 0.0625. Okay? I'm going to do this in my head real quick.
It's typing in a calculator.
It's just, sometimes when I think it sounds like a calculator. Okay? And I got a total of $81 and what? 25 cents. So what does that mean? Does that mean she sells the jewelry for $81.25? If she sells a $1,300 ring for $81.25, she is not going to have that job anymore. Right?
To pay it back.
So what does that $81.25 represent? What is that, Brooklyn? That's how much she made, right? So if she sells 5 of those rings in a day, every time she sells that ring for $1,300, how much does she make? $81.25, right? That would be a good day for her, right? But what if she doesn't sell any rings that day? Okay, she doesn't get any money, right? Does that make sense?
But if there's other jewelry that she sells, she will get money.
Right. Every piece of jewelry. But that 6.25%, okay, does that just apply to the necklace? What does that say? What does that sentence say? Every piece of jewelry. So if she sells a diamond ring, then she gets it for that. If she sells a necklace, whatever she sells, no matter what it is, she gets what percent? 6.25%, right? Okay, good. All right, you guys, let's look at this one. You guys try this one for me. Just the first part. Yep. Okay. Okay. Well, no, we won't do that. I don't know why I can't select both of these. Hey, there we go. Figured that out. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. Do any of you guys have parents who are in real estate? Okay. Your parents are realtors?
My dad
Your dad is? Okay. What company?
My cousin.
he has his own. Well, he's in a company that has his own. Like,
I understand what you're saying.
he's in Cutting Edge, but he owns Lawson.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, a lot of realtors do this. Okay, so I didn't copy the other part. Let me go back to this real quick. All right. So if
That's a good amount.
sorry guys. I don't know why. Okay, commission 173,500. I'm just gonna write it.
Wait, 172,000?
$173,500 house. Okay. How much? Yeah, that's a comma.
Okay, I was 24.
How much commission? Okay. So let's say Abby's dad takes her to work with him, and he says, "Abby, if you sell a house today, I'm going to pay you 3.5%."
Whoa.
Some dude walks into the realtor office and says, "I want to buy this house. This is $173,500. Okay. How much, and Abby says sold. That's all she had to do was say sold, right? So how much did Abby make? What can we do here? What are we going to do with the percent first? Trevor, what am I going to do with that percent? Change it to a what? So 3.5%, if I move the decimal 2 places to the left, what would that be?
0.035.
Okay. Can I, if I just put it in front, if I just did 0.35, would that be the same thing? No, you got to make sure you do that, right? Okay, what am I going to multiply 0.035 times, Ashley? I agree. You don't have to yell at me, but I agree. Good. Okay, $173,500, right? Abby, how much money did you make?
$6,772.50.
How much?
Yep, I did not get that.
Hold on. Hold on. 173,500 times 0.0. Okay, Abby, you said 6,072 and 50 cents. Abby, can I borrow, like $6,000? Can I borrow $6,000 since you're rich now? Okay, thanks. All right. Okay, does that make sense how we found that? Easy, right? Okay. The next type you're going to see, and these are a little bit different. $6,072.50. Yep. Okay. Now this one, okay, Caleb needs to earn $1,200 each month to cover his living expenses. He earns an 8% commission on everything he sells. What is the minimum amount he needs to sell in order to earn $1,200? Okay? Yeah. Well, let's see. What do we know about? We know how to find what? Proportions, right? Okay. So if we were thinking about something, okay, I'm going to copy all this here. Hopefully it'll copy. Okay. And we'll go to our workspace over here. Okay. Let's take a look at how we can use this information and all that we know about oh my goodness. It is. Okay, there we go. Good enough. All right. So let's talk about this for a second. Okay? If you think about proportions, okay? Think about specifically the percent proportion, okay? What is the percent proportion? And we're going to be able to use that on this problem, and it's going to make things easy for us. Who can tell me what the percent proportion is? You, Money?
My pencil just ran out of ink. Do you have either letter strip?
I don't. You can borrow one of my pencils, though. Anybody is? Say it together. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, here's how we can use this to figure this out. We've already got some information. What do we have? 8%, right? So we know we can replace this percent with 8. Okay, now, let's think about this. He has to earn $1,200, right? Every month. So we want to know $1,200 is 8% of what number, right? So where would that 1,200 go? Up here on the top, because this is part of the entire amount that he has to earn. So where's our X going to go in this problem? Where the of is, right here. You guys agree? Yes. Okay, now how do I solve a problem like this? What do I do? Cross products, okay? What is 1,200 times 100? 120,000. And what's 8 times X? Okay. Now, when I get to this point, Luke, how do I solve this? Divide each side by what? 8. And what did you get when you did that? Did you do that?
Yes.
What did you get? What did you get, Luke?
1,500.
1,500. Try. Let's see. Try that one more time. Let's see if we get something different. Is it 15,000?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
So-
I did get 15,000.
All right. So if it's 15,000, okay, would that make sense? He would have to sell he makes 8% commission. He would have to sell $15,000 worth of. Does it say what he sells? He sells cordless extension cords. Okay, he has to sell $15,000 worth of cordless extension cords to make his $1,200 each month.
Did you make that
I
up,
know,
or is
what a
that-
bargain. Oh, I totally made it up. I have no idea what a cordless extension cord is. Okay,
Isn't it just like it's like wireless extension?
you're thinking about it way too much. Okay, does that make sense how we found that?
Yes.
By using the percent proportion, right? Okay? Did everybody write that down?
Yeah.
Okay, then I want you on your own to solve this one. Okay, Samantha wants to earn at least $760 a month in commission. She earns 4.5 commission on everything she sells. What is the minimum amount she needs to sell in order to earn $760? Round your answer to the nearest dollar. Okay, write your proportion. I certainly would. Oh no! If you're using the percent proportion, you don't need to change the percent to a decimal. No.
Are we
Only
only?
only gonna be finding the up today.
We'll see. All right. Anybody have an answer yet? I'm gonna give it to you in just a second. So, let's see. What is the minimum amount she needs to sell in order to make $760? Okay. So, somebody help me set this up. Elijah, what's my percent proportion?
760.
Is over
100.
of equals. There you go. Okay. Jace, what's the percent? Okay, so I replace this, right? You guys agree? Okay, now does it matter where I put this 760?
Yes.
It does. Okay, I want this 760 is kind of like, think of it like this. For is over of, this is the same thing as saying the part over the whole amount. Is 760 the whole amount or the part? Part. So where's that going to go?
On the top.
On top. And we need to find out the entire amount that she needs to sell so that she makes what? 760, right? So what goes here, Emma? An X. Okay. What do I do with these numbers? Read. What do I do? Find my what?
The X
Find my rhymes with flossnotics. Good. 760 times 100.
is
6,000.
Okay, and 4.5 times X. And what do I divide each side by here? Elliot, what do I divide each side by? Okay, and what do you get when you divide X by 4.5? I mean 7,000, 76,000.
16,000.
Okay, 1,688. And what's the cents? These keep going, right? So if we round to the nearest hundredth, what's that going to be?
Three eights there.
About $1,688 and 89 cents.
I had 16,800.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that's what I had.
We have our, I put my decimal in the wrong place. I'm sorry. Like that.
There we go.
Sorry. So $16,888 and what? 89 cents. And did it say round to the nearest whole dollar?
Yeah.
Okay. So he needs to sell about how much? $16,889. Okay. All right. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Pretty easy, right? Okay. Using a proportion. Okay. Next part.
Right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, turn the page then.
Using the flip side.
I'll start a new page. Okay, here we go. Next part. Now, this is fees, okay? Fees are, again, we talked a little bit about what fees mean, okay? Let's copy this one, and I'll have someone read it for me. Okay. Okay, who's going to read this for me? Okay, Braden, read this one now.
Standard box and paper supplies online retailer charges a 6.95 shipping fee or 8% of the total purchase, whichever is greater. Mr. Trina's total purchase is $85.50. How much shipping will she pay?
Okay, so we've got to figure out the shipping part of this, right? Okay, so this, in other words, if the shipping fee, the retailer charges $6.95 shipping fee or 8%, whichever is greater. Okay, so we need to figure out whether she's going to pay 8% or what? Or $6.95, whichever one is more. Okay, so what we need to find is what 8% of what is. Anybody? $85 and, okay, so really we can use a proportion if we want to, but do we have a way of finding what 8% of 85.50 is? Do we have a way of finding that?
Yes.
Yeah, well, what do we change our decimal or percent to? The decimal. So 8% is changed to what? 0.08, and if we multiply that times $85.50, times 0.08. If you multiply this, what do you get? $6.84. Now, what does this company say? They are going to, the retailer, the company charges $6.95 or 8%, whichever is what? Greater. So what are they going to, are they going to charge 8%? No, what are they going to charge? $6.95. Why? Because $6.95 is what? Greater. Very good. Does that make sense how we found that?
Yes.
It's pretty easy, right? Okay. Can I erase this?
Wait. So the fee is $6.95.
Or 8%, whichever one is greater.
Wait, what?
You're not asked to find a fee. What does the question say? How much shipping will she pay? Is she going to pay $6.95 or 8%? Okay. So you find which one is greater, which in this case is $6.95. That's the fee. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay. Well, what if it was $6.95 or 10%? What would be greater then?
10%.
10%. I'm not telling you to find it, but then you would find 10% of whatever 85.50 is, which is what? $8.55. Would that be greater than $6.95?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Make sense? All right. Let's try one last one.
Are we gonna have homework?
Oh, yeah.
We never not have homework.
Okay. Look at this one and raise your hand when you get an answer. Somebody read it to me. Let's see here. Savannah, read that for us.
Okay. One online marketplace will let you sell an item for a flat fee of $12.50. Another one charges a fee of 15% of the selling price of the item. You want to sell a video game system for $80. If you sell the video game system online for $80, what is the lesser fee?
Okay, so you want to find this one. Last one we found the greater fee, right? This one we want to know which one would cost less to sell, right? So we know we can pay $12.50, or we can see what 15% of what is 80. Can you find 15% of 80?
Yes.
Okay, so what are you going to set up? Change 15% to what, Abby? Point what? Point what? Point what? Point what? 15%. Move it two places. What is it? Rhymes with point bum jive.
Oh, wait, but I thought it was.
15%. How do I change that decimal? Two places to the left.
I looked it the wrong way.
Okay, so what is it? 0.15. Good. And we're going to multiply that times what? 80. And if you multiply it times 80, somebody tell me what you get. What'd you get, Braden?
$12.
Just $12 flat, right? So do you want to pay $12.50 or do you want to pay $12? So which one would be better?
The 15%.
The 15%. Good.
Why is there a difference? Is it?
Oh,
I understand. It happens